Game.
What is up, my pizzas? Cory Vincent here, and Emmaskies in the building. What's up, Emma?
I wasn't expecting an intro so soon. Hello.
Yeah, well, you know, seniority. You know, you would go next. You'd be the next on the. You're right up there on the climbing the corporate ladder. No.
Because I only remember because the first show I was on was the one that was right after Black Panther came out.
What?
That was what, mid-February?
Yeah. So what are we gonna do for our 1-year Emmaversary?
Vacation?
That was baller though. Emmaversary. That's sick. Speaking of sick, I got to see his sick nasty skills this weekend at Genesis in Oaktown. Curtis, what's up, man?
I'm gonna let you borrow my other arm so you can pat yourself on the back for that anniversary, my man.
Thank you. Did I do something amazing?
You might have. You might have. But yeah, what up, man? Yeah, no, thanks for. I was about to say thanks for everything over the weekend at Genesis because, man, my experience there was already awesome, and then you just took it to the next level. But we'll get into all that.
Yeah, we can get to that. What's going on, Marcus? My neighbor Marcus came all the way.
What's going on?
Whoa! Dial it down a little bit.
I'm gonna mic check you guys.
That's kind of my thing. My neighbor Marcus. Thank you. You should be ashamed. Emmaskies, you really wanted to get something off your chest. So as the beginning music comes to an end, how can you possibly defend Ben Affleck as Batman?
Okay, here's the deal.
You can't.
I love Batfleck. I think that he would do so well in a good movie. I think he's been given bad movies, which is a bummer. But if he had a good movie with a good script, I think he could do it so well.
I mean, doesn't he write most of these? Like, he's a producer on this thing. Like, he
did not write Batman vs. Superman or Justice League.
So you just think he's got a bum rap?
Yeah.
You see his potential.
I do.
That's not. You can't highly rate him based off of his potential.
No, I can, and I do.
think that well ran dry a long time ago for that guy.
How
what are
dare
you talking
you?
about? He ruined two.
When is your like peak Ben Affleck, and then you didn't like him anymore?
When he came into the scene.
How
I never
dare
really
you?
liked Ben Affleck.
How dare
Daredevil was like when it tanked, and I was like,
Okay, well, that's
I'm
bad.
done with the guy.
Did you ever see Argo though?
Or The Town?
No.
Argo,
Nope.
The Town is really good. Argo is one of my favorite movies of all time.
He's a bit player in it, but Dogma, great movie.
Oh,
Dogma,
heck yeah.
yes.
That's my favorite Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah, he's great in that.
Fucking classic.
But I just don't see him as the Batman. I want it to be Christian Bale forever and always. Just I dug.
You're never getting that back. You got to move on.
I agree with you.
Just
Cory.
like I now have to move on from Batfleck because they don't want to stick with one single
No,
thing.
Christian Bale's coming back.
Hey,
I believe in it.
Speaking of Batman, Emma, where's Rachel?
Ooh, how dare! Don't ever.
Well, Rachel was on the show last week. You guys, I missed the episode, so if you missed the mayhem from last weekend, you definitely want to go back and download
Don't bring it back
that.
up. I'm still not over it.
I love it. Go to our Twitter because you can see I posted the wavelengths because never before have I seen such a consistent shriek. Like I didn't even have to listen to it. I could see the wavelength explode with anger.
Did you go in and like edit it and have to turn me down?
Yes.
I figured.
I did my best.
I made a special effort to push the mic away and move my chair back because I couldn't stop yelling. I don't want to say mad. I was disappointed. I was very disappointed.
I like after I came in because I was in town, so I walked in after the aftermath, and me and my wife were hiding up in another room, and we could hear it get really loud. We're like, "What the hell? Like, I wonder if everything's okay."
Someone break
and
in.
So we tuned onto the stream just to make sure like no one was violently beat up or anything. Make sure everything was okay. But goddamn, yeah, you guys played a spirited game. It was a zombie survival game, and let's just say there were some twists and turns. So go back and listen to that one. And I came down, and Emma was like, "I don't think Nexus can be on the show for like at least a month. Like, we need a cool down period."
I need some time. I need some space. I need to figure out who I am. I need to find myself.
All right, moving on from that, let's start off with the event from last weekend. So while David and Emma was holding it down here at VGB Studios, myself and Curtis were down in Oakland, like I had mentioned, for Genesis, which was the first major Smash Ultimate event. That's the one where everybody came out. There was entrants from all over the world came to this one. It was like they packed out the theater in downtown Oakland. What was your takeaway from the weekend?
Bro, I just felt so blessed. Like I'm walking around next to like all these different like Smash Bros legends that like I have seen play matches, like play some of my favorite players from Japan, and like some OGs that like even kind of bridge the gap between like American players and Japanese players for Melee, like Captain Jack, OG player from Japan. I was just super humbled. Like I don't, it was amazing. I knew I was gonna get wrecked, but I just wanted like I knew that was about to happen. But I was just like, man, I want to. It's always nice to be like in one place where everybody's there for the same reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just to see everybody like just be into Smash, like it was cool. But yeah, just went there, man. You know, played my matches. I was with my crew, Too Easy. Only one of us made it to the second round. Like we were just getting smacked, man. It was.
Would you say you were getting smashed?
I was definitely getting smashed.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
But it felt good, didn't it?
So
it
this
felt
was this
amazing.
past weekend, right?
Yeah.
Whose idea was it to put this event on during the Super Bowl?
Maybe the most brilliant play out of all of them, because there's
Right.
nothing further removed from a Smash player and
And the Super Bowl?
someone who's really into the Super Bowl. Like,
Right.
Not one
guess.
person really cared what was going on in that whole thing. I saw maybe one Rams jersey the whole weekend.
Oh, they're probably real happy they missed that. Then.
Yeah.
They probably were.
That was a bad game.
But yeah, it was great. And then like we just ran into each other pretty much as soon as I got there.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ran into each other, and the last day at the Paramount Theater, me and Curtis were able to snag. We had some homies hook it up with the VIP, so we got to go backstage, side stage, up in the top room where all the top 8 were basically all warming up. So not only do you have the top 8, you got the top 8's like crew and entourage all in there, and it was a pretty. It was a sight to be seen. It was one of those moments where you're looking at just like legends from across all of Smash history almost, because there was the Melee guys were still in there. Like
64 people.
Yeah.
Because they ran Smash 64 on Sunday. It was dope, man. And the matches were so insane.
Yeah.
Hey, Cory, who did I say was going to win?
you called it, man. You called it like first day MK Leo was going to win it.
Yep. Who was in my pools. And if I didn't get smashed, I would have had to play him.
That would have been the best though, because then you could have like lift saying like, hey,
I lost to the winner.
yeah, at least I lost to the winner. Bro.
Yeah.
He
Or
was in the first round of pools with 2,000 people, but he took me out first, so
he had to get through me.
You don't need to
You
say
know
that 2,000 people. You say, I lost to him, and that's all that matters.
no one
that's all they
could
need to
say
know.
anything negative about you losing to MK Leo at Genesis. That's his third time. I think. Yeah, third Genesis win.
Yeah, that's I mean, he's super young, just absorbed the game super fast. But also another super young player, Zachary from Japan, who I had never heard of before then, and everybody was saying like, "Hey, I don't care what anybody says, this 16-year-old kid is the best in the world." And he played a character that a lot of people thought were like mid tier or low tier, and he played
Wolf,
that
right?
Wolf. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, we saw what he was doing.
Yeah.
It was just incredible. But of course, the highlight was when Cory did his thing, introduced me to my favorite player, Nairo.
Oh yeah, Nairobi, my boy Nairo.
And I got that picture with Nairo, boy. Like a happy man. You know what I mean? So it was
That's
great.
funny because Nairo's the one who was able to hook it up with us back there.
Oh, yeah?
And I made the introduction, and we were talking to him for a minute, and then we went away, and then we were just kind of watching him. And I could see Curtis doing the like, should I ask him for a picture? But he looks kind of busy, so I just went over there and was like, Nairo, get up and take a picture with me and my friend.
Heck yeah, man.
You're like, I think this guy wants a picture.
I'm so used to just being around like, you know, people that I look up to, but like most of the time it's work reasons or they're working or stuff like that. And I try to not be the dude to be like, oh yeah, no, let me get the picture.
Yeah,
Like there are people like you and me. If I was, you know, like let's say if I was competing, I would be as gracious as possible, but in all honesty, I'd be wanting to focus on the match. I'm here to do a job. Like it's fun, it's games, but guess what? Like this also pays my bills. So yeah, Cory pulled his special card, and I appreciate him for it.
Man, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think that game has a lot of life. I think it peaked at over 150 concurrents during the last
160.
match. 160.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah, and they had, and we, truth be told, like the event went too long.
Yes,
on Sunday.
way too long.
And so there could have been more viewers if they would have kind of cared a little bit more about the East Coast people. and
Yeah.
done it a little bit earlier. I think it could have easily been up to 2000.
I felt bad for Esports Arena because they paid Astro paid a bunch of money to do an after party.
Yeah.
And the event started going so late that people weren't leaving the event. And you only want to go to the after party to hang out with the pros and stuff.
Yeah.
Totally,
Well,
yeah.
the pros aren't leaving until the thing's over.
Right.
And that thing didn't end until like 11,
Yeah, it was super late.
11:30.
On
Yeah.
Sunday?
And
On
then,
Sunday,
they got to
yeah.
freshen up before they go to the after party. So I'm sure like they had some little get together, but it hurt a lot of people when they go long on events like that.
It did.
Cool. Speaking of Super Bowl, there was a lot of commercials and stuff that came out for movies and stuff. I did a stream the other day and started watching them with people. And what was up with the Super Bowl this year, man? The game sucked.
The game sucked. The halftime show sucked. The commercials sucked. It was just like I was mad because I was watching. I'm like, I'm real glad I spent 4 hours watching this game to see one fucking touchdown. Great fucking game, guys. You should
You're
both
lucky
be
you got
embarrassed.
that. It took long enough to even get the first
I
touchdown.
was so mad.
Right.
No, it took long enough to get the first field goal. I was so mad. I'm like, what is going on? Both of your offenses suck.
Yep.
You can kind of have defense all right, but like, oh shit, I was mad.
Yeah.
I was like, I watch one game a year. This is
One
it.
game.
This is all I do.
You guys had one game.
You what? You're like a regular football viewer, right, Marcus?
I would
How
say in general when I can, yeah.
do you think like? For me, I don't even like football, but I want to see a contested game. It's not about the points. I don't want to see a shootout. I want to see good football. Did people at least get good football, or was it just
No.
Nope.
No,
It was pretty much trash. Like, it was terrible. The offense wasn't running anywhere, and you weren't getting good plays from the defense because the offense wasn't functioning. So, you might as well just turn it off and been okay. Like, your life wouldn't have changed.
It was bad.
Would have been better off just watching a game of Madden.
Actually, yeah.
Maybe people would be fucking scoring.
Yeah.
It'd be like 100 in Madden, and everybody would be excited.
Yep.
I was really disappointed by these commercials. There was like a few bright spots. So rather than harp on all the terrible ones, were there any you guys enjoyed?
I enjoyed, well, two that we probably won't talk about both, but I did enjoy the Avengers Endgame one. That was one that I enjoyed. I won't say anything about it. And then the other one that I enjoyed actually more than that one was the Captain Marvel trailer. I
This
did
is
enjoy
the
that
only
one.
two commercials in the
Oh,
whole
you didn't
thing
watch
I
that
didn't
one
watch.
either? Okay. Yeah.
She's
So I
like,
won't say
"Except
anything
I
about that one
love
either. But well, I won't say anything descriptive, but it did hype me up a little bit more, and I kind of liked their choices and what they chose to showcase out of it.
yeah.
So.
My question, what was up with the Burger King one?
I don't know. Which one was
Oh,
that?
the Andy Warhol one?
Yes.
Yeah, that was weird.
I didn't understand it.
It was part of like an art film that he did forever ago.
I didn't see it, but is it the video where he just sits there and he just unwraps the hamburger and he just eats it?
Yeah.
I saw that years ago. It's funny. It is weird, but I love that video.
Well, I was trying to guess at what commercial is this?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe it's like Heinz ketchup because he was trying to get the ketchup out of the bottle.
Yeah.
He was having a hard time. I was like,
Right.
okay, ketchup, right?
Yeah.
Nope. At the end, it's like Burger King. I was like, what the hell?
It was weird.
It's pretty weird.
And like people were pissed because he was like very anti-capitalist and they're thinking like, why the fuck are you using
Right.
an Andy Warhol thing for this? Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
It was just, and it was, yeah, there weren't many great commercials. The only thing I remember
Sound like it.
is that Miller Lite is brewed with corn syrup.
Oh,
I was gonna say,
man.
That's
Bud
all
Light.
I remember.
I did remember Bud Light
Wow.
trolling everybody else.
Fucking shady.
They, I think all the brands were pretty much attack ads this year because there was like beer ones going back and forth, and then didn't one of the fast food chains really start ripping into another one as well?
I can't even remember.
Probably. Why not?
Yeah,
I think the only thing that I legitimately laughed at were the T-Mobile commercials, but they were all pulled from memes.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I like the one where it was like you get the text and it's like I'm here and he's like, "Oh, thanks. It's really great to it's been a hard time and it's really nice to know that you're here for me." And it's like, I mean, I'm outside. This is your Lyft driver. Which is a fucking meme.
I think
I didn't know that.
I did like Robochild. I thought Robochild was one of the more captivating, like sad,
That was weird,
scary,
yeah.
funny ones. Like that's the one that gave me the feels of a Super Bowl commercial without the huge celebrity power. I feel like they lean on that way too much. Like the one with The Rock, hated that one. where he's like running past all of the tragedies just because he wants to get milk for his daughter who doesn't have it for her cereal or something like that. Like, it was just lame. It's just
lame.
A lot of these were just boring, tired ideas, but you just throw the biggest celebrity you can.
You weren't down for the Big Lebowski commercial?
Hated it. Oh my God! Thank you for bringing that up.
I thought you might want to
Fucking
talk
garbage, dude. Why did they mix him with Sex in the City? Like
what?
Yeah,
They mixed Lebowski with.
Because it was a Stella Artois commercial, and
Okay.
like it was supposed to be a play on like two characters that have very specific drinks that they always drink.
Okay, White Russian.
And her Cosmo.
Oh, who was the character from Sex and the City though?
What the fuck is her name? I've never seen Sex and the
star,
City.
Samantha?
Carrie.
Oh, you never seen Sex and the City?
No.
Oh my gosh, that was one of my favorite shows of all time.
You got to go watch it.
Hell yeah. Oh my.
But it was the two of them, and
Okay.
it was just the two of them not ordering their drinks and ordering a Stella instead.
Oh,
And that's painful to watch the dude walk into the schwanky bar and not order his White Russian.
Bro, and what did I say? Remember when you posted it? And on Twitter, I said, I feel a little terrified right now of what this could be. I hate when I'm right, bro.
Yeah.
Except for MK Leo. I like that. I was right about that.
One that pushed the boundaries that felt more like I was watching a commercial like in the 90s was the Devour food porn one. Did you guys see the one where
They're leaning
I didn't see
so hard on that food porn thing.
Yeah,
Because I saw on Twitter that they ran a bunch of like Pornhub ads too.
did they really?
Yeah. No, like somebody posted on Twitter because they were talking about that commercial and they're like, this was super weird. But then I noticed like their banner ads are apparently all over Pornhub.
What? Damn.
You know what's crazy is that like, you know how this is not new in like commercials. Some of them will like, oh, well, we're talking about something dirty, but really it's this household product that everybody loves.
Right. Like
And
fake
then-
innuendos.
And and then right when it gets to the like part where you're like, oh, I wouldn't go there, and then
Yeah.
they turn back around. They're like, we wouldn't do that. This is TV.
Right.
This one goes all
Pretty
in.
deep.
Like they start taking this food porn innuendo, and it goes further and further and further, and then until the wife is like, she wanted to start experimenting, and she's like in lingerie on the bed with him, filming him and her as he eats some food. Like, so they went to the porn limit. Like,
It's super
crazy.
weird. It's super weird.
Yeah.
the bit you're supposed to walk away with is that this dude really like jizzes all over his food. Like,
And you know what the weirdest part of this is? Those meals taste like shit.
I've never been able to afford those ones.
They were on sale at the grocery store like a few weeks ago, so I grabbed them because I eat microwave meals because I'm a trash person.
Wow.
And they're garbage.
Harsh judgment, Emmaskies. Harsh judgment on yourself.
Yeah, don't be
Emmaskies.
hard on yourself.
all,
It's okay.
We all grew up with frozen food. I was a banquet boy.
Banquet.
I do
nice.
love that. No, they taste like shit. They're garbage.
Oh, okay.
So-
You heard it here first. Their commercials and their food are both good. This is going to be exciting, guys. I'm so excited to bring back one of my favorite segments of the show.
Oh, God.
Without any further ado.
Oh, no.
Brain bang,
Yeah!
brain bang, brain bang, brain. You brain bang, brain bang, brain. You vote on Twitter, then we brain bang.
That is the Brain Bang theme song. I even did a little live version for you. Emma, you've been here for around a year. Have we done Brain Bang? How long has it been?
Once or twice.
Only once or twice. This used to be a staple of the show, and now it's back.
Sounds like you got to play it all the time then for her.
You know what? I think we have some
I'll
lost
fight
time.
you. I'll throw this mic clear across the table at you.
Well, the VGB crew got together, and we've been working on our communication skills. This is a relationship between people, and Emma was like, it really would mean more to me if you could read the notes, because it seems like you don't, and you'll ask me for things and put me on the spot. And I was like, damn, I really should look at the notes. And then I started doing one more, and I started being like, well, what if I made segments tie into the notes?
You see how this works when we work together.
I like it. I like teamwork. So I saw that we're going to be getting into the news, and the big topic of the night is going to be probably Apex Legends, because it's a hot new game.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry. But we asked the people of the internet. We said, which game stands the best chance to take on Fortnite? #BrainBang. And the options were this brand new Apex Legends, Call of Duty Blackout, which I think is struggling to hold on to relevancy at this point. PubG, as we talked about stories last year, still netted a shitload of money, so it's not going anywhere. And then the dark horse, Realm Royale. My
I
baby.
voted for that one.
Did you really?
Just to fuck with you.
You do a troll vote?
Just to fuck with
And it
you.
only has one vote.
Yeah, with one vote. Yeah, actually, let's get right into it. With one vote. No, it had the least by far. Only 3% of the votes did go to Realm Royale.
Now updated. It's at 6% now because of me.
Oh, you voted again?
I voted just right now.
Oh, shit. Well, this just in. It's still a landslide. Fortnite, as we know, is the kingpin. It's the one to take down. It's in culture everywhere. Realm Royale stood a chance. Had the same cartoony look over the shoulder, except it was class-based like an Overwatch. Had cute little chickens that you run around as, and people loved it. It was actually doing very well, and then they fucked it. Like, bad.
Let's not forget the part where Cory touted this as like the greatest battle royale ever made, and it was going to be the next like biggest thing. It was going to kill Fortnite. I just want to make sure we don't forget that.
I want to.
No, I believe he said that.
I would like to.
He's like, go download it right away. It's the best game ever. And
I'd like to appeal to the courts that at the times I said that was before said terrible updates. And then it was just a downward spiral because then people were like, yeah, they put out a bad update. Everyone complained. Twitter keyboard warriors, the Reddits all exploded. And then they made it worse. Like they would never undo some of the things that we were telling them we were giving. You got to listen to your player base, people.
who does that?
So
Why would they do that?
I'm not ashamed that I made that prediction. I'm ashamed that Hi-Rez failed me. That's what I'm ashamed of. 8% of the votes went to Blackout, Call of Duty Blackout. You still playing this one, Marcus?
Eh,
Eh.
kind of, maybe.
You
Once
said
a
it was.
month?
You said it was too easy, but do you have a lot of friends playing it, or?
I still have people playing it, but I got most of my buddies back on PubG. But right now it's Apex Legends. So
Why did people leave Blackout and go back to PUBG? Do you think?
mostly because of the new map that came out, the snow map, available on consoles. So that's what I play on.
The new map that came out on PubG.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's
okay.
bringing them back.
Yeah.
Vincani or something.
I kind of fell out of, even though I spent $100.
I thought I was just about to ask, how much did you spend on that?
Shut up! I spent $100
Damn it, you take it
on
from
Blackout.
And he played it 5 times.
I played it a couple times.
I kind of want to go back and find that podcast because I made a prediction. I heard how much you spent on it, and I think I said you're gonna play this a couple times, and then you're never gonna touch it again.
I mean,
And he's like, no way. I did hear him saying it's the best game ever.
yeah, well,
He's preaching it. So
you know what? I think that was a great game. I lost track of it during the holidays. Did they do anything special, like Santa suits, snow on the map, anything cool?
no, not that I'm aware of.
Wow, what a missed opportunity! Like, especially with these battle royale games, you can't just like.
Well, they improved all the inventory systems. So
What did
that
they
was
do?
a plus. Made it more efficient, made it easier to access,
Okay.
at least for people on consoles. It was very poor before in the beginning. So
Yeah. Emma, you haven't played any of these, have you?
I played PUBG.
You did?
I was on PUBG for a long time.
That's 12% of the votes. This was a wash. I think timing is everything.
oh yeah,
I'm
it
actually
is.
trying to get back into PUBG because I just got new internet and I can handle things now.
How is that? How is life on the modern age?
It is. I don't know how I lived before. I switched. So as you know, my previous internet, I just got new internet. My previous was on a good day. What I was supposed to get was 15 down, 2.5 up.
That even sounds slow.
It's horrible, and I never got that ever. That was
Yeah.
never my speed. Now I'm on a gig down and 50 up.
Heck yeah.
Jeez.
the
what I'm talking
changes.
about.
The changes.
As soon as it was installed, like I opened up Dropbox and started downloading all of my biggest files on there just because
Yep.
files that are already on my computer.
You're like, I'm gonna delete it and re-download
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just to show myself that I can.
I started downloading like a bunch of my Steam games that I don't need anymore. Like
Oh,
I was
yeah.
just doing anything.
Be careful if you have the data cap though.
I do, but I'm gonna go for the unlimited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
That's what I
burn
did.
2 free months, burn them, and then go for your unlimited.
Yeah.
Saves you $100.
So PUBG was holding you back. Was the internet connection?
It was a lot of it was the internet connection, and then the problem I'm facing now is I can't like my frames, my FPS is just like fucked. I can barely hit 60, and I can't figure out why. I put all the settings down to very low, and I still am barely hitting 60. And I'm like, I would like to play this game now.
At 1080 or 720?
1080.
Oh,
At
wait,
1080.
you
Did you
playing
try it
this?
at 720? Okay.
You're playing this on PC?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? It's on consoles.
Because I already had it on PC by the time it came out on console, and I didn't want to rebuy
This
it.
is a fucking paid game. I always forget
Yeah.
that this one's
Well,
paid.
Unless you have Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, there
It's
you
on
go.
there.
Yeah. Well,
It's
that's
available.
It is now, so I might get that. That's how my sister plays it on console, so now we can finally play together.
Yeah.
Oh.
Number one vote was 77%. Apex Legends just came out recently, and that's a perfect transition into this.
That was unnecessary.
It's telling the news.
That would have been a much smoother segue if you didn't play that theme
Well,
sound.
then no one would know what we were doing.
Notice I called it a theme sound and not a theme song.
Oh,
Attacking the
Wow.
validity of the.
ouch. Well, how else would people know we were going to talk about the news if I didn't play the theme song?
Hey guys, we're gonna talk about the news.
That's so boring. though.
Yeah, that's a little.
I like
You're all
Corey's
boring.
intro.
Yeah.
You're all boring.
Let's ask the crowd. What they think.
Anyway, Apex Legends is a thing that exists now,
Oh,
and
yeah.
is apparently all anybody's talking about. Hence, why we're talking about it right now.
I love it.
Have you been playing it?
The game of the year.
I
Corey.
never ever say this, but this.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
Corey, I don't want you to say it because you're gonna ruin this game. So just please.
Yeah, it might tank
no,
it.
please,
If you
tell
did
me
it.
how
Yeah.
amazing this is,
Yeah.
because then this game's gonna tank in 4 weeks.
Yeah, just say it's gonna tank. It's trash, and then it's gonna do so well that you're gonna be wrong again.
Do I take one for the team and say this ain't it, Chief, and then it blows up?
Yeah.
Do I run that
prefer
risk?
that.
Because this
Yes.
could be the
It's
one
up to
time.
you. It's up to you.
This could be the one time I'm right, guys. Because this game is the truth. This is the business. This is what everything Realm Royale could have been. It has the opportunity to be.
And that just put a death counter on this game.
Come
I'm
on.
running. It's gonna be gone in
You know
less
how
than a
there's
month.
the Madden curse? There's the
The
Corey
Corey
curse.
curse.
The Corey curse.
No, this one will break the curse.
The Vincent curse.
This one has to. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about, this game kind of just jumped onto the scene. It was meant to be a complete surprise.
Yep.
And I think this is just hard, like, marketing with a strong dev team that's never really gotten to show their potential. The way Emma feels about Ben Affleck is how I feel about Respawn.
You guys call him Ben Affleck?
Yeah, that's his name, right?
Yeah, like the insurance.
Duh.
Yeah, like the insurance guy.
Affleck.
Yeah, that's why it's named that. The insurance, yeah.
Ben Duck, right?
Affleck.
Yeah. So I think that this is the same thing. Like, if they had a chance, you know, and EA wasn't meddling all the time. That's what we like to say is
Yeah.
EA ruined Respawn. This is, and one of the first headlines I saw when this came out, like the day the game everyone was on it, was a
EA.
big headline. EA had nothing to do with this.
Yeah. We separated from them. Yeah.
We did not touch this.
Yeah.
We had no control.
Yeah.
Respawn says that. This was
Yeah.
not EA, guys.
Nah.
All us.
They put out a big press release, like really separating themselves from EA with it.
They so you guys had said it leaked. I missed the stories originally. What did you guys see, and what did you guys think?
For me, what I read on last Friday was that they were going to drop this game on Monday. There meant to be no marketing towards it, and it was just going to launch. So
Yeah, it was
no
supposed
real
to
details
be,
about it, though,
Yeah, it was
except that it was
supposed
a
to be a
battle
total-
royale game.
like a total surprise. Like, not like they didn't want anything. They just wanted it to drop, and then you're just like, this thing exists now. And then
Yeah.
somebody spilled the beans like 3 days early.
Yep.
Which in a way is great marketing because there's zero expectations. It's just like, here's this thing we've created for you to enjoy. And that no marketing thing, I question. Did they seriously not pay any of those influencers to stream it? Because it was a who's who. Everybody was streaming it.
No, they absolutely did.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, they paid them. They advertised, not in the typical sense of advertising, but yeah, they paid people to throw it out there. So
yeah, I think the point is like there was no like
Trailers and commercials.
yeah, there's no
and all
trailer,
that
there's
stuff.
no like pre-advertising, no pre-marketing. Like nobody knew this was coming.
That's one of the great things when you see a marketing win or marketing fail. Since I've kind of weaseled my way into that side of the esports business, what's crazy is to see like my way of thinking now. When I was watching those shitty Super Bowl commercials, my first instinct was, oh God, like someone's getting fired because they spent
so much money.
lot of
Yeah.
money to get on this spot with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you need better writers or creative, or you should have hired an org. Like I could tell
Something.
it was some guy just who runs your Twitter had an idea or some shit. Like I don't know, it was so bad. And then this game does the opposite. They spent their money efficiently. If they could have done it the way they did with surprise, no marketing, and then bam, I just pay all my money to Ninja so that he could show it to billions of people.
And they probably saved a lot of money.
They saved tons of money. Can you imagine if they did a Super Bowl commercial to announce that? It would have been a big
Oh my
Lord.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah, 10 times as much at least.
Yeah.
Well,
That'd
they
been the whole
clearly
budget.
didn't need it because within the first day they had 2.5 million unique players,
Jeez.
and at its height, 600,000 concurrent players.
I've heard even larger numbers today. Like I heard it's like at 4 or something like that. Like it's continually rising because now it's got the word of mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Always the best marketing.
And obviously the biggest thing, it's free, so no one has to throw down any money right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
The battle royale scene, if you want to reach those people, it's on Twitch. Like more than Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Wow.
Like if you want to get the word out to all the kids who are obsessed with Fortnite, you got to give it to Ninja, and you got to pay him whatever number he wants. And Tifu and all these
Pretty much.
dudes. Yeah.
So you know what? You know what's actually gonna get me to play this game? Like besides like all the Twitch and all that stuff, like what's actually getting me to play this game
is Cory.
is absolutely not.
My glowing recommendation? No.
No,
Yeah, of
no. I saw a headline on The Verge, and the headline was "Apex Legends is great because you don't have to talk to anyone." And I was like, "I'm installing this game right now."
Boom.
No, enjoy this while you can because it's gonna get toxic. Still, like here's the thing.
course.
But it's not gonna matter because I'm not talking to anybody.
I kind of would dispute that article because like you don't have to. Obviously, no game makes you.
Yeah.
But this is a class-based squad shooter. Like unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's free to play, 100%. You can download it, but there's not even a solo mode. You have to play in threes right now. There's no duos. There's no squads of 4. It's 3 and always 3. And teamwork is super important. Like you're just not gonna have fun. Like you're gonna
Yeah.
drop, maybe loot a couple things, but as soon as someone gets attacked, like you're gonna get boned. And in this game, it's kind of like the perfect example is if Overwatch had a baby with Blackout. It's basically Blackout, Respawn Entertainment.
Don't use those words, please, Cory.
Well, I mean, I mean, come on.
About to take Overwatch.
As much as Titanfall is Call of Duty, like they're very similar.
Yeah.
And Respawn's the original. They're
Well,
the
I
OGs.
was gonna say they are the
Yeah.
original that created
Yeah.
it, and
It's the original OGs, but it's class based. So you have an ultimate ability, and then you have like one auxiliary ability,
Yeah.
and they're tied to one of 8 characters, I believe. So if you choose the healer character, she has a healing move that charges, and you can use once every minute or so, and she's super handy. And then she has an ultimate where a thing drops out of the sky and drops supplies. And then there's some offensive ones, but they're all so balanced out the gate. Like it's not like a Mercy Res or a Reaper ult where I don't even notice sometimes when they're being
yeah.
used.
Well, their ults are a little bit slower. They don't just instantly happen where you can just mow down everybody. So
But back to that thing, like, what were their arguments saying that you don't need to talk to people?
So they were talking about how, and I actually really liked all these things. So you're a team of 3, but unlike a game like Overwatch where everybody just randomly picks, you have to pick in order. It randomly selects the order. So like person A picks their character, person B picks their character, and if you get to that point, you're the last person, and nobody picked a support character. It's on you. You gotta do that shit.
I don't know if it's random. I think it's based on experience.
Well, what's cool is that, like,
Because the couple I dropped in, I was always first, and I just started. And then everybody that was on the end, that was the squad leader. What do they call it? Fire team leader? I
the
don't know.
jump master?
Yeah, jump master. They were all the highest level.
Yeah.
So could be always random, but at the moment, I don't know. So
That's interesting. And then they talked about how unlike a game like PubG where you all like jump out wherever, one person picks where you're gonna jump. Like everybody else can kind of ping things of like we could jump here.
Yeah.
But one person, whoever that team leader is picking where you jump. And then you can ping anything. Like you can ping players for an item you found or for an enemy. Or
That
a
part is
location where you
100%
wanna go.
true. Yeah,
It's nice.
You know, so in that respect, maybe I can see what you're saying because if you're utilizing the ping system properly, that's a valid form of communication.
Yeah.
You're communicating with your team. So, and
it's
that
pretty
you-
effective because when I'm like, over there by the tree.
Yeah,
You're
there's
like,
an
what?
audible voice cue from the character.
Which is the other thing they were talking about. Let me find. I actually wrote the quote.
But it actually marks them, and it's easier to find them.
Yeah, if you for me it's the middle mouse button. So if I click the middle mouse button on a bad guy, it's a red marker, and my guy will say like, "Hey, bad guy's over there,"
which
and
is perfect.
Yeah,
like that in-game voice. So the same article from The Verge said, "quote Instead of hearing some stranger yell at you for going the wrong way, you hear an in-game character suggesting a new route. It makes a big difference and turns an often intimidating genre into something a lot more approachable."
That's smart.
So you don't go in there and have to you. Because usually the options are you don't talk and you're kind of fucked and like your team does whatever. Or you get on mic and everybody yells at you and calls you a bitch and whatever. I don't know if that's your experience. That's my experience.
It's one or the other.
So, so it's nice to like have an option where like you can actually quote unquote talk to each other in game without having to actually speak to people.
I think that's actually really smart.
Yeah.
It's a good point. Yeah.
That's something
you don't
I
have
always
to communicate as much over mic.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the worst. I always wished Overwatch had that. Like, I wish they had a ping system.
They have call outs, but no ping.
It'd be hard.
They kind of do.
It'd be hard to introduce you to that game.
Yeah.
It does change the dynamic of it, too. So.
This game, some of the things that are making it kind of just, if your first time, if you do pick it up and play, no fall damage is pretty handy.
Ooh.
I forgot how much I missed that. There's also, what else kind of
You
makes
can
it?
zip line around.
Yes.
You can slide down a hill.
Yeah,
So-
they took Titanfall sliding.
I was say a lot of that sounds
But
like
when
it's
you
from
go
Titanfall.
downhill, you keep going.
Yeah,
Like, it's not just a 2-second slide. It's, I'm going to slide down this scenario.
yeah. It's got kind of like Fortnite. It's got the armor system, like where you use the blue one to recharge your shield. You use
rarity.
you use the health kits to get your health back up. It's just super simple, streamlined, fun game, but it's so bare down minimal right now. Tons of skins. The characters have great personality. That's one thing that killed me about Lawbreakers. Because all the characters look the exact fucking same. It's like you want to pick this robot or this robot,
Or the
and
other robot.
you can't tell them. These ones have. It's like Overwatch in that fact, where they have different ethnicities and they're from around the world, and they're all cool in their own way. Like they're characters that I could see people wanting to cosplay. It's like got that aspect to it as well.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if they're not already paying cosplayers.
Oh, they
They have to be.
At least
Like
some
if they're getting on that streamer like influencer
Yeah.
thing, they've got to be getting on that.
What
Yeah.
about the other unique thing about the flag?
Oh, that's one of the most awesome things too. Like every time I play another battle royale and I get knocked and I'm and then they finish you when you get thirst killed, they call it.
Yeah.
You just leave. Like if you don't know the guys, I don't want to sit there and watch these two idiots, bumble through another 20 minutes of this game. I want to get my next one.
Yeah.
In this game, they entice you to stay around because even if you get thirsted, a teammate, let's say, cleans up or waits for them to move on, can go to your box, take your banner, and then there's a bunch of respawn points around the map. So they can basically resurrect you.
Yeah.
A plane comes in, drops you off, and you start from scratch. You have no weapons or items or anything.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Yeah. It makes
Because
like...
it would get really boring to wait the entire game.
Yeah. And you can
Which
hold...
it does in PubG. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The only time it doesn't work is if you are playing in that squad where three dudes just run in three different directions and know he's not going to come get your banner, or you end up way outside the circle or something.
Yeah. Like I had that one guy that I respawned and then I ended up dying and he just kind of waited around, but he had to wait too long. So he couldn't, there's a time limit on your flag. So if you don't get to it in time, then they can't respawn you. So
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of confusion about like other Respawn titles. So Titanfall 3 was a big one because the lead producer for Apex talked to Eurogamer and said, what do you say? Quote, "The world thinks we're making Titanfall 3 and we're not. We're making this." Like, this is what... And everybody was like, oh, it's a fucking bummer. Like, well, I want Titanfall 3. So everybody got really, like, kind of bummed about that. And then I think, like, less than a day later, two other people from Respawn and from EA were like, no, we're making this, we promise.
it's in the works.
Yeah, so Respawn CEO Vince Zampella tweeted, "We are also working on more Titanfall for later in the year." So Respawn has said it, and then separately EA in an earnings call with shareholders said that they're going to use this as a ramp point to deliver a truly creative take on what Titanfall is in a premium context later on in the year. So whether it's Titanfall 3 or some other Titanfall spin-off title, we are getting a premium, i.e. not free-to-play Titanfall game later this year.
What's kind of cool about this is that Apex takes place in the same universe as Titanfall.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, whoa. So
I'm so surprised.
I would love to see what could set this game apart is what if there's an auxiliary game mode not tied to competitive, because I heard they're making a competitive mode. So which is something Fortnite fans have been wanting forever.
Yeah.
Like an actual
There's no comp?
No.
In Fortnite? Is
No.
it just,
No, it's all the
one?
same.
Yeah, it's one pool of people
God,
always
that game
playing.
fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's not meant to be esports or entertainment. This tells me that they're actually taking competition and leaderboards seriously.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to troll or you don't really care about your rank, you can jump into.
Wait, then what's the point of seasons in Fortnite?
To sell you things.
Just to sell you new skins.
all it is.
God, this game sucks.
So they do change the map in the game, but it's really
It evolves over time.
they add like
yeah.
zombies and music and shit.
Well,
Yeah.
no, like they'll like
Have fake
completely.
concerts.
they'll change the map.
They had, like-
they'll take one town and they'll
It got hit by a bomb.
Yeah,
and now
a
it looks.
bomb.
Yeah, and then it turns into a big divot. You know, it's like
I think it's kind of the secrets behind it, because what is it? They had that comet coming through the sky and everybody's like, "What's the comet? It's
Yeah.
coming closer. Oh, it's closer." What does it do? It blows up.
blows up part of the map. You know, and
Yeah.
the kids are talking about it like it's the best, coolest thing. Which it is. Great marketing.
Yeah.
Fucking insane.
Side
marketing.
note, I saw I don't know if it was it must have been like a tweet or something on Facebook of somebody, or no, it was Reddit. And some guy was talking about how Fortnite is the best game ever made. Like, this is the peak. And he was like, let me tell you, like, I wasn't on board at first, but this is actually amazing. This is my favorite game right now. Because I'm a CSGO player. And he's like, and usually, it's a toxic ass community. Like, there's constantly people just yelling at you. There's 12-year-olds in there that are calling you a pussy. Like, it's the worst. Ever since Fortnite came out, they're all playing Fortnite, and CSGO's fantastic. I hope this game goes all the way. I hope Fortnite is here to stay. I hope it's here forever. I'm like, all this toxic ass 12-year-olds
That's actually
out there playing Fortnite, so all the other games are a little bit better now.
Yeah. No, that's actually pretty true. Speaking of Counter-Strike, shout out to Energy Counter-Strike team. Like, when I first joined Energy, like our CS team was like not very well respected. Every time we played, like DMs of those toxic kids from that community saying like, "Cut your team, kill yourself," like the org sucks, everything sucks. The usual.
That sounds terrible.
And no, the org committed, put more money into helping the players and picking up better talent, and all of a sudden we're a top 6 team, and we as an org made our first major. So that's going to be in Katowice, and they got stickers. So now our logo will forever be in the game, and that's a huge honor for the teams. And we have some young guys, some of the younger players. Cirque, just a little young guy from Bulgaria. He's he's the very first Bulgarian Counter-Strike player to make it into the major.
Dope.
It's a very elite group. They get their own personalized stickers in the game for their hard work. But just to the coaching staff and anybody, the people who work on that side of the company, good job, guys.
Shout out.
But back to Apex, because
the game's so good.
Because the game is just so fantastic.
I'm curious to see how it's going to go. I'm going to play it tomorrow. I'm going to install it tonight.
Yeah, they definitely have a future hit on their hands if they just treat it right. Because like if they make a non-competitive mode and a competitive mode, that's where Fortnite lacks, because they do stupid shit to the game and it ruins it for everybody.
Right.
Where if they had like, you could play with zombies in regular mode, and people who like that shit go there, and people who just want to Killmonger go to the other one.
I think a lot of the streamers are getting tired of Fortnite.
Yeah, they are.
Like, they want to move on.
I imagine you must. If you're playing the same game for 6 to 8 to 10 hours a day, every day, like, anything's got to get old at that point.
Yeah.
And the possibilities, like Titanfall was a fun game. It was just missing a lot of it was just really repetitive. They can throw in some fucking Gundams, for an event on the unranked server. They could do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Make it interesting, just like Fortnite, but for a more mature crowd. So let's
I'll be
They gotta
curious to
make
see
those
how
guys.
long it lasts.
They're going to have to make changes fast, though, to keep everybody. Like, it's good. It's a good start. But if they don't adapt quickly, they're going to screw themselves.
Yeah, 100%.
But then also balancing that with not changing too much.
Exactly. And
Which
that's
is what always screws people.
Yeah. And so they got to basically finesse it and hit all the right points. So.
You know, Fortnite's a little shook because, and I think this has just happened
Did
in
you
the
say
last.
shook?
They're a little shook. Why?
Shook.
Can I not say that?
You spend too much time on Twitter. I know it's your job. Like, I understand that it's your job, but you still spend too much time there.
Well, listen, Fortnite, you know, Apex Legends came out. It was the #1 game on Twitch for the last few days. And then what Fortnite, I guess, has just done is increased their, you know how their use creator code has kind of turned into a meme. They made creator codes for anybody who's a streamer.
Okay.
And you can get people to use that code when they're buying stuff, and you get money out of it.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a way to incentivize these streamers because they make a lot of money off that.
Mm-hmm.
They upped it by 4 times.
Good
Oh,
lord.
I think for like this next like week or however long I think
Hey,
they're feeling.
they got the money. Yeah,
That's
basically
blatant.
just to bury Apex a little bit.
However threatened they're feeling because they know
It's a bold
they have
move,
to.
Cotton.
how many young kids are using, you know, codename Ninja, you know, to get
Oh, you know it.
pay this guy. So, and it's probably equates to more than Apex can handle just in paying straight streamers. So interesting to see the reaction from Fortnite. Like, they're acknowledging that there's a
It's
new
a threat.
competitor. They didn't do this shit when CSGO did their pathetic attempt at one a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So curious. What else we got?
A little bit of Xbox Microsoft news.
Always good.
Always good. Always my favorite. Microsoft Studios is rebranding to Xbox Game Studios.
What?
Which I am actually... I think that's a good thing. I think it's a small thing. I think, right... Oh, okay. All right.
The crowd was waiting for your reaction.
Were you hovered over, like, what's this going to be?
I
What's it
wasn't.
gonna be?
The podcast gods were.
Uh-huh. No, I think it's a small change, but I think it's a sign of a good change.
I mean, anytime you take Microsoft off something, you're gonna ease people's minds a little bit. Like, Microsoft has had a storied history, like even back to the days when they were first getting started and computers were just coming out with their software and how they kind of. There's a reason Microsoft's Microsoft. So I think anytime you could remove that label and Clippy moves a little bit further away from your cool product, it's got to be.
What if the next dashboard update brings Clippy?
You know, he should be an Easter egg.
If he actually should be. I think
If
that's
you
a good
use
idea.
the
in their
Konami
games.
code,
Konami
And then you
code.
get Clippy.
the Contra
The
code.
Contra code, yeah, I'm
Contra code.
familiar. The I don't know. Does it make a huge difference, or what does it say to you, Emma?
I think it sounds like they're just putting a renewed interest into game development as opposed to whatever they're doing elsewhere with like hardware and software and other things. Like game development is very important, including like this, you know, is in conjunction with the move that they announced at E3 last year that they bought up like 7 different companies.
That's right. Yeah, all those developers.
So now Xbox Game Studios is made up of 13 game development studios, including 343, Compulsion, which did We Happy Few, Ninja Theory, which did Hellblade, Rare, Sea of Thieves, Minecraft, Turn 10, Initiative, and Exile. Like a bunch of different development studios that are all under the umbrella of Xbox Game Studios. And then on top of that, they're pushing really hard for Game Pass. So anything that comes out from those studios is day one Game Pass.
Which
I'm hype about.
That's ridiculous.
Crackdown.
I'm so excited for that.
The one I was most excited about in there is Obsidian. Like,
What do they make?
they were the KOTOR people.
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
think it played it.
You didn't. No, well, you didn't have a childhood then.
Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, I'm gonna fact check that. I'm fairly sure that was them, but they're also the ones who are doing the Outer Worlds. So if I get that shit day one, that is that. All jokes aside, I hope you guys know I'm absolutely serious. I think that game is gonna be a Game of the Year contender.
So, Lost Worlds or Apex Legends, what's Game of the Year?
Oh God, how can you compare those?
Trick
two?
question. They're both out of the running.
How
Said this.
dare you?
Because of you.
No. I'm excited. That's just good news. It seems like they're making the right decisions over there at Microsoft. What did you think? Did you see the thing going around saying that Halo is going to do a tour?
Yes.
I don't know what it's called. Maybe you could look it up.
So
We'll
it's,
surprise everybody. Surprise story.
No, it's Halo Outpost Discovery, and I'll tell you, I don't think it's Halo's fault. It's whatever fucking publication I looked up. They had the most clickbait-ass title I've ever seen. I got so hyped because I saw a title that said Halo theme park coming. And I was like, yes! Oh, let's do it! I was like, Disneyland, but Halo? Like, fuck yeah, I will fly anywhere. I will drive anywhere. Let's fucking go. No, it's not. I need to calm
I
down
actually
a little
thought
bit,
the same thing when I saw the title.
I was so hyped. I was like, I'm there. I'm fucking there right now. I will get in line right now. What it actually is, let's all take a breath.
Yeah, don't get too excited.
What it actually
back to reality.
is like a moving. It's like a traveling experience.
Okay.
It's kind of like Disney on Ice.
Maybe like a VR thing. It's like a convention. Like
It's a VR. You just sit in a chair and they put your VR on, and then you look around. And you're like, this is
So
great.
it's like a almost think of it like a fair. Like a fair that kind of goes from city to city.
Yeah.
So it's going to 5 different cities in the U.S. It's going to have a bunch of different things. It's going to have a VR area where you can have you can experience the Halo rings in VR, like you're actually there. It has like a big museum, like an interactive museum with like life-size replicas of different monsters, different vehicles, different weapons. You can learn about the lore of Halo, even things that necessarily aren't in the games. There's a laser tag arena, which is made, I think, to look like the Halo 5, one of their arenas.
That's dope.
It's gonna be a bunch of different things. It looks like it's gonna be really cool. So it's coming to Orlando, Philadelphia, Chicago, Houston, and Anaheim. If you're not in those cities, go fuck yourself.
Not San Francisco.
Not San Francisco. I'm so mad. We were talking about this before the show because it's coming to Anaheim, which is about 7 hours from us.
Yeah.
On my birthday.
Oh.
And I want to go so bad.
what I'm curious about is the timing of this and the new game, because at the end of the day,
That's what I'm thinking.
all we care about is the games, and it's not coming out till late in the year. I think November was the estimate.
I want to know if they're going to have some Halo Infinite shit in there.
That's
You'll
what
have
I
to
was
let us
thinking.
know when you go.
Maybe they'll drop information about the new one at these or something.
They
There's
have
gotta
to be using this for some sort of promo, right? Like
Right?
a little bit.
Probably
at
to build it up.
least.
Maybe
So-
that's the
Yeah.
marketing
And I bet
thing.
you there's probably some Easter eggs there
Has
for
to be.
Infinite.
Right.
So I think the first one's going to be in Orlando, and I think it starts in the summer. I'm trying to check right now if it's post E3.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
it's
point.
right in E3. Oh no,
No,
it's right
because it
after.
starts in July. So yeah, it's after E3.
Yeah, right after.
So ideally, we're gonna get announcements at E3 for Halo Infinite, and then it starts up in July.
And you know what's interesting is Spectre. Is that his name? Spectre? Phil Spectre?
Phil Spector, yeah.
He's the one
No,
who's...
Phil Spencer.
Spencer, yeah.
My boy
Phil
Spence.
Spector is a very different person.
Yes, you're right.
He's a very different person.
Mr. Spency. He's been hyping everyone else is getting out of E3, and he keeps saying, we're doubling down, we're tripling down, we're quadrupling down, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So they got something up their sleeve, and I wouldn't be surprised if this Halo Discovery or this ties into some bigger picture thing about to happen.
Has to.
It's got to be something big.
I hope so. I want to go so bad.
How long does it last in each
It's
city?
it's like 3 days at each city.
Oh, really?
So actually, I did just pull it up so we can talk about it. So it'll be in Orlando, Florida, July 5, 6, and 7. 5th, 6th, and 7th. Philadelphia, July 19, 20, and 21.
Oh, my birthday.
Chicago, August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Houston, August 16th through the 18th. And Anaheim, August 30th, August 31st, which is my birthday, and September 1st.
Closing out
Anaheim
the show.
Convention Center.
That's a long event.
So it's like a little convention.
Are you going to make the trip to Anaheim?
I don't think I can.
Just with...
Because, I'm going to be... Because you were talking about this before the show. I'm going to be in Anaheim for D23. It's like 2 weeks before that. And I can't justify either staying in Anaheim for like 3 weeks or making the trip twice in 2 weeks.
Not even for Halo? You can't
I
justify
don't know. I don't think I can. I don't know.
You gotta get one of them cheap $60 flights from out of Stockton down there. That's how you gotta do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got time to decide.
I think we have room for one more story. Let's go with the Anthem one.
Oof.
Because
So,
let's end it on a downer.
We'll see. I think this could be nothing, but if I wanted to talk about it because we're all hyping up Anthem, and it's good to crush your dreams sometimes. Anthem is apparently already experiencing some controversy about microtransactions.
Right.
Which, what the fuck else is new?
Yeah.
So I
Who's the main
guess. Oh, go ahead.
Producer in it?
BioWare.
Isn't it EA?
BioWare.
No.
No, EA's the parent company.
Yeah. Yeah, EA
Did
runs...
they touch it? I'm
Of
guessing.
course. Oh, did they touch it?
That's horrible.
They
So
touched
I
it.
guess a photo of the Anthem like in-game store where you can buy stuff was leaked, and among other things that were shown, you could see that skin packs for the javelins were 2,000 shards, and a shard is the in-game currency, and 100 shards is $1. So these cosmetic skin packs cost $20.
No
Disgusting.
way.
People are looking at that like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh.
What?
Well,
What?
some of the Fortnite ones are like $15. Well, I
That's
guess
upsetting.
saving $5 so much cheaper.
These and what's cool again is taking it back to Apex is Apex has a skin system for the guns too, and
Oh, really?
they're running like with a loot box system based off experience. So
That's nice.
You don't have to buy anything. There you can grind it all, but there are two characters in the game that you can't unlock at the jump that you could spend money on, and they equate to about $30, I think.
Oof.
If you want both
Character?
of them. For two characters.
For both of them or one?
I may be wrong on the price. It's at least like $20, I think, for both of them.
I don't like that. I don't like hiding a character behind a paywall.
I mean,
Yeah, I never
League of
liked
Legends did it. Like it's very popular.
I don't like
I don't
that.
think it should be popular. Just as long as it was stupid skins and whatever other junk that doesn't change the game itself.
Right.
Like characters, especially in Apex.
Yeah.
Because like a different character is going to change the balance of the game.
Yeah.
What's dope about one of the characters behind the paywall is you guys will appreciate this being Halo 3 people, but you remember the decoy function?
Yeah.
That's basically one of the guys.
Oh,
He
really?
has that
Interesting.
function where he throws a decoy out in front, and I've seen it get those old classic Halo kills where you know someone's camping in there, so you send the decoy,
And
wait,
they go shooting at
yep,
it.
get in there and fuck
You're
them
like,
up.
Suckers.
I've seen that's like so gratifying to watch in
Damn.
this game to see people do that. And then his ultimate ability is like 8 of them all spread out, and you go
Really?
invisible so you can escape a fight.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But
That's
see
one
that,
of the paid characters?
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not overpowered. Like I've never like seen that equate in like something incredible. Usually it's because
Yeah.
you got your ass kicked. You need to get the fuck out and you know,
Yeah,
to fight
that's
another
true.
day. Anthem, EA
Yeah.
clearly meddling.
I mean,
here.
we'll see, because Chris Schmidt, who is one of the guys working on it from BioWare, put out a quote, and he said, "These prices don't represent final stamped for all eternity pricing. We're iterating on our economy, design, and balance almost daily, so you're seeing a snapshot of one iteration. This is why we tend not to discuss things like pricing, because it's one of those iterative things that's sure to change frequently right up until the day you play the game."
Well, in general, any EA game should not have any microtransactions.
They should lay off that a little
After
bit.
Star Wars, they should have learned what happens to only them, really. They actually get trolled pretty hard for it. So
Mm-hmm.
even though other games have it, but it's usually because they have it where it changes the game.
What was their big rally cry at last EA or at the last E3?
No everybody talking about no microtransactions.
Yeah.
Every single person, they're like, this is a new game, and guess what? No microtransactions.
That's
microtransactions.
the tagline.
It was like every single person went on stage and gave the middle finger to EA. Every fucking person.
And then EA is still like, people got to pay for Anthem, man. You know, like shit don't pay for
In their
itself.
favor, like in their defense, BioWare has previously said that everything you can buy in the game can be bought with in-game currency. Like, you don't have to spend real money. The question is how much in-game currency, and are we going to have a Red Dead situation
Right.
where, you know, you can buy this gun with in-game currency, it's just going to take you 72 hours to grind enough to get that.
Yeah, that's
but
total
also-
loophole.
But also the question, does it change the game? Like, is it just
Right.
skins, or is it actual equipment and weapons that kind of will imbalance it?
It's a
Right.
total loophole. Like you can tell, especially someone did a calculation for the Star Wars game, and you would have had
Yeah.
to play for like 300 hours to
Yeah.
unlock one
Yeah.
of the characters.
It was crazy.
So yeah, technically you could play and grind and unlock the characters, but no, the fuck you can't. Basically,
Yeah.
yeah. So that they're just doing what they do. I think this respawn thing could maybe show them the difference. Let's watch the difference between Anthem. I know they're kind of different in the form that one's a battle royale and one's not, and one's paid and one's not. But you're seeing two quality games and two vastly different approaches.
So
Like
Anthem comes out, what, February 22nd?
it's coming up. It's right on.
So it's like 2-3 Fridays from now?
3 weeks?
Yeah,
2 weeks?
2 weeks. Speaking of EA, we got one last. I think we have time for one more.
Oh, God. They're just...
We're just gonna keep piling on
I'm
EA.
so sorry, EA. Like, I'm not, but fuck
They
you.
did to,
But
yeah,
still,
they did to themselves.
You did this to yourself.
EA stock took a big old dive.
Took a dump.
Took a real big dive. So I guess they had their quarterly earnings call like on Wednesday or something. It might have been today. And their earnings report was less than ideal. I guess Battlefield 5 was like what was supposed to really sell their last quarter for them, and it did not do nearly as well as they were projecting. Like mixed reviews, and it sold over 1 million copies less than they had projected.
Holy crap.
So it sold 7.3 million units, which isn't bad, but I think they were planning on 8.5 million. So they kind of had to go to all their shareholders on this call and be like, hey, we're not hitting what we thought we would hit. We put a lot of time into these things. They ended up not working. Yeah. So the long and short of it is that their stock fell 13.3% in a single day.
Crap.
Which is the biggest single day drop they've had in over 10 years.
Somebody getting fired.
A lot of people getting fired.
I think just like all things, you start climbing and climbing more to the top, the Illuminati at the top. And so these EA guys probably, when they're talking to their investors, aren't talking to like huge moguls in the gaming industry who've been around for hundreds of years. They're probably just saying, do a Fortnite, goddammit.
I
bet
We are EA, motherfucker. Make a Fortnite. We have unlimited resources. The smartest people in video games all came and made EA a $1 billion company, and you can't make a Fortnite?
Yeah.
They're probably like, why don't you make a Madden Fortnite?
Yeah, exactly.
Fortnite.
Put everything together. I don't care what you got to do, EA. Make me my fucking money back.
Yeah.
They're not doing it.
It's definitely not doing it because over the last year, so this is from Market Watch, EA shares have now lost more than a third of their value in the past year, declining 34.9%. They have had a bad fucking year.
Someone's getting fired.
They must be counting so hard on Anthem. Anthem is what they're waiting for.
And it's all because they're not making a goddamn Fortnite.
It is.
Jeez. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening to the show. Man, there's some great news. I think this is a pivotal show. This will be one you go back to and we'll be like, yeah, that was right before EA shut down for good. or
that was right before Apex Legends fucking tanked. Thanks, Cory.
we'll let the history books tell the story of VGB. But before we get there, Curtis, where can people find you?
Oh man, at Skip and Tosh on, I guess, Twitch, which I streamed some when I was practicing. Yeah, Skip and Tosh. Yeah, just find me there. I deleted my Twitter app again, so I don't know. If you send me stuff, maybe I'll get it when I check it on Safari.
We'll send you a postcard. How about
Such
that?
a social
That's
media
better.
maven.
Yeah.
I know. Look at me. I'm so social with the medias.
Marcus, my neighbor. What are you promoting, man?
You're just gonna find me in the neighborhood playing Pokemon Go, I guess.
That's
I
your
don't know.
thing. When you listen to the show, if you listen to it for years and years, and you listen and you think, oh man, people on podcasts must be somebody. No, they're not all somebodies.
I'm just your neighbor.
Wow.
When you-
Wow. Way to call Marcus a nobody.
No, what I'm
Good
saying
Lord.
is when you go
He's
to the
right in front of you.
when you go to the store, the person next to you or the person to the left or the right might be a Marcus, just an average Joe guy.
Good Lord. Marcus, I'm so sorry. You
Oh,
shouldn't have to sit here and listen to this.
Now I've been with this guy too long to know what he's gonna say.
Emmaskies, what are you promoting?
I will be on Twitch tomorrow, which is a change of plans. Probably playing Apex Legends, as it seems to be winning the poll right now. I'll be on Friday, continuing our Dead or Alive run through with 2 and 3. And that's it for the week.
I'm looking forward to the Apex stream. Are you going to do console?
Yeah, of course I am. Do you know who I am?
I mean, hey, I was holding out. Hope you got internet now. I thought maybe.
No.
What else we got? Thank you guys so much to our sponsors, mainframe.gg. Go there and check out the new shit. They just dropped a big collection, and I'm so hype. I can't wait till we get our next order because they just got that streetwear look that I've been vibing on lately. So go check those guys out. Also, check out Oblivion Comics and Coffee, Sacramento's #1 spot for comics and or coffee, and vast.gg. Everybody, go check out Vast if you want to get your giveaways. You want to win a bunch of free stuff, go to Vast. And then, if you guys are in the chat right now, thank you guys so much. Pocket Asian, thank you for 12 months of being a sub to the show. We were just talking about the Emmaversary, and I'm sure, because Pocket Asian was an OG Emma stream watcher.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
Emmaskies.
Pocket's been around since long before I streamed.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Wow. So
Back on the Tumblr days, if I remember correctly.
he's just one of the OGs, and he just had his fucking birthday yesterday.
His I think he might be my longest followed person on my Twitch.
That's
Because
dope.
every once in a while, like, you have that little command that, you know, lets people check how long they've been following,
Mm-hmm.
and he always, every time that goes again, he like logs into his old account to just like flex on it. It's like 4 years, bitches.
Happy,
dope.
happy birthday to Pocket Asian. Thank you so much. He's been like, he helps me out in my stream. Like when I stream, he was like the first one in there being like, hey, you should add one of these. And now I have like pizza points. So you can go in there and
Look at
watch
you.
and follow
Pizza
and get
points.
pizza points, and then you can battle other people.
That's dope.
So like they'll challenge me, I get to fight them, and they usually win somehow. I think it's rigged. But
Much love to Pocket.
Pocket Asia, man, holding it down. Thanks for being such a good dude. And last thing, what do we have? That's it.
I think
Is that how we do the
that's
show? Did we talk- Oh, rate the show 5 stars, everybody.
There you go.
I gave it to the people in chat. If you guys listen to the podcast week in and week out, we thank you guys so much. We encourage you to stop by the Twitch every once in a while and hang out with us. But more importantly than that, please, if you hear this, if you hear my voice, this is the time to do it. If you haven't done it yet, like, look deep into your soul and just 5 stars. That's all we want. Then you can move on with your day. That's all we want. 5 stars. For Emmaskies, Curtis, my neighbor Marcus, my name is Cory, saying, you've just been banged.